Okay, my hair looks super messy tonight, but just bear with it. Let's just pretend that this is a part of the look. Talking about looks, why don't we go more deeply into this topic? And what if I actually tell you that you're a 10? You just don't know about it yet. Hello, my name is Yara, and I've been comparing myself to other people since I was a little kid, unfortunately. And yet again, unfortunately, you might have been too because you clicked on this video. Or you're just my boyfriend and you watch every single video of mine.
Haha, you see how funny and cute that was? Just a tiny little disclaimer before we hop on. I am not the therapist by any point, as you can tell on my face. I'm only trying to give you silly little tricks when you don't feel like the best version of yourself. So yeah, now you can let her yap. And also, if you see this little mark from my mascara, no you fucking don't.
I guess you might call it dysmorphia, but I don't want to label myself that. I've never got it checked. I've never been to therapy or anything. But based on what they say on the internet about dysmorphia, the symptoms do really match. This is kind of how my brain used to work like. At first, I didn't think there is something wrong about it. I was just thinking that, you know, this is the way my brain works. This is just how it's been analyzing things and stuff like that, until it became really toxic toward myself. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little poster right in the middle that says comparison destroys personality. I placed it there a couple videos before, claiming that this was my reminder for every day because it's like right in front of my bed. Beside this little reminder, I do have some more things to help me cope with the urge to like hate on myself. Just like simple little tricks that help trick your brain so you really just relax on yourself and you don't shit talk about yourself. So if this is something that you can relate to, keep watching. But if this is something that you've never experienced, lucky you, I would suggest you still staying here just so you be aware. You know what to do before the video, right? Subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, follow my Instagram and TikTok, and now we can start. So those are gonna be basic, non-basic tricks, I don't know. So again, just to trick your brain whenever it feels like it wants to hate on you, type thing. Okay, so basically first thing, how it all started, how the whole idea popped up in my head. I was looking through like the random selfies that I didn't even remember existed. I vividly remember the moment that I was taking that selfie, I was like, oh, I don't like this makeup. I don't think it looks good on me. And now I'm looking back at this picture and I'm like, no, your makeup looks okay. And it's same with everything. Like there's a lot of pictures or videos of myself taken. I thought my outfit didn't look good. I didn't look good. I looked horrible in this picture or that picture. And again, looking back at those really helps me realize that in that moment of taking a picture or a video, I was feeling so delusional about myself that I physically couldn't check myself out adequately. It would always be something that, you know, like a bad stuff I would say about myself, which makes me really sad now, but at the same time it really makes me realize that if I don't like the way I look right now, maybe I'm just not used to see myself in this look or with this hair or this makeup, whatever it could be. Just give yourself some time. And I know it's kind of controversial because a lot of people are saying that you need to live in the present, don't look back, don't look further. But in this specific case, when you're constantly comparing yourself to other people and you think that you're the ugliest creature on the planet, this is really what could help, because you can use this trick on a long run, if that makes sense. Pictures when I was like a little bit younger, 14. The worst year of my life was when I was 14. This was like the top of my insecurities. I was thinking that I was fat, that my nose was huge, and all I needed to do in the future is just save some money for the plastic surgery. I was 14 years old. How sad is that? So this is just like a good practice for you to do to really just ease up on yourself. And even in this specific moment when you're, for example, getting ready, you don't like the way you look. Next thing I wanted to give you as a trick is that if you don't have anything positive to say about yourself, don't say anything. Let me just elaborate because it might sound a little bit corny. For example, you're getting ready and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you start thinking, oh, I wish my hair was longer. Oh, I wish my lips were bigger and my eyes were bigger too. I wish my eyebrows were different. Like, yo, you're doing too much already. Get ready as you would normally do, but in this little head, try to just like mute yourself. A lot of people were telling me this, even my mom, like, oh, just stay in front of the mirror and say that you're beautiful. It doesn't always work like this, unfortunately. I wish it worked. If this is not the case, if you don't have anything positive or nice to say to you or compliment you, just don't say anything. Just ignore everything that's been going on in your head. Just relax, okay? Get ready, leave, and spend your time with like friends or whatever. At least this is not gonna be so offensive to yourself. You're not gonna be super harsh to yourself, and you're not gonna like reassured that you do look ugly in your opinion. Like, we all get that we get delusional sometimes, and it's just like subconscious thing that keeps like going on non-stop. It would always tell you what's wrong with you, what kind of insecurities you have and stuff. And it's one thing if it just stays in your head and it's going on repeat. And there is totally different thing when you try to talk about it with other people. Avoid oversharing too much about your insecurities. And it's not in terms of like, oh, now those people are gonna notice my big nose. No, bitch. It's about the fact that once you're talking about this out loud, you're reassuring yourself that whatever you're saying is correct. Basically, the more you say it, the more you believe it. So not only you just told your friends that your nose is too big, for example, you just reassured yourself once again. And generally, oversharing is not the best thing, and I'm trying my best to avoid it at all costs. Sometimes you're just trying to make like a silly joke about yourself, or sometimes you just want to like join into the conversation and build more trust. That's why you tend to overshare, not specifically by your insecurities, but about everything. But this is crucial, and this is something that you really need to keep away from. It's not helping, and it's not gonna help. What are these people supposed to do? Like, okay, next thing is don't compare yourself to people with totally different complexions. Typically, in my specific case, I'm looking for some like role models, and that's been a case since I was a little kid once again. So finding a person who I think is perfect in everything, from the inside and from the outside. Moreover, when I was a kid, besides having this role model, normally there would be like girls a few years older than me, I would copy them completely. I would copy their handwriting, I would copy their laugh, I would copy their style, I would copy everything. And maybe it was not obvious for people around me, or maybe they just think, okay, she's a little weird. But thankfully I couldn't last more than like a couple of days. But it's not the best thing to experience, especially if that person looks completely different from what you look like. Because it's not that you can take like an inspiration and dress like them or anything. This person looks different, completely the opposite of what you see in the mirror. So the point in whatever I was just saying is that if you're trying to look for a role model, or you just want to like at least get some inspiration from other people, try to look for people who have the same or like almost the same features as you do. In terms of like if they have wavy hair like you do, pointy nose like you do, you know, whatever it is. This height, this weight, at least in this specific scenario, even if you compare yourself, you're not completely destroying your individuality with putting completely different from you person on a pedestal, if that makes sense. Like, at least you're finding something similar in the person you're comparing yourself to, so it wouldn't make you feel worse than that person, because you can find, as I said, you can find similar things in both of you. And next thing is gonna sound like I stole it from Pinterest, because it's such a Pinterest thing to say, at least for me. And I'm gonna be like very honest, no matter what person I see in front of me, I'm still gonna find something beautiful in them. They do not have to be like the hottest person in the room or anything, but in every single person I meet, I would definitely have something beautiful to say, something nice to say, something beautiful to notice, just like in my head. Treat yourself as you would treat other people, in terms of like, generally speaking, I'm not sure if that's like the right way to put it, but because you're not hating other people and you see beautiful things in them, pretty much they're like an art. Let's put it this way, they're an art. Try to treat yourself as an artist and create your own art. I don't know, might sound a little silly, but in my head it does make sense. There's a lot of like magical or unique things you could say about other people, especially if you know their personality and they have great personality. Unfortunately, and I really wish we could do that, just like witness ourselves from the side, just check ourselves out to notice the same like magical things we notice in other people. There's for sure a reason why we can't do that, because sometimes like I've been noticing that on myself, not only once, like a couple of times already, a couple hundred times, let's be honest. Oh, this girl has such a messy hair, but it looks so beautiful. And then when I have messy hair, like today, I don't think like it looks as good. But I know for sure This is like referring to the first thing I said. I'm gonna look back at myself and think, no, it looks fine. Some people might think that I look beautiful. Next thing that I think I should have started with, try to think why you're comparing yourself to that specific person. During that thinking process, remember one simple thing, which was like such a huge insight for me. Something that you find attractive in other people in terms of like features or just like general appearance, you most likely already have. This is why it feels attractive to you. And it goes both ways. There is something that you don't find as attractive in other people. Probably this is the thing that you're insecure about. It might make you feel a little bit better. You're seeing the similarity between this person you find attractive and you. So by the end of the day, you might find yourself attractive. Who knows? Okay, next one. Practically showing my boobs right here for free. Okay, I'm joking. Next thing is that social medias are toxic, unfortunately, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Not only with overconsumption and people who would actually tell you that you're completely missing out if you don't own 20, 100,000 lipsticks. There would be people who would influence you the wrong way because you're not traveling enough, because you're not reading enough, because you're not aesthetic enough, because you're not skinny enough, because you're not thick enough. You know, it could be endless. This is so confusing because we all heard of like the beauty standards, and like in our head we kind of picture it, at least like in my head, I kind of picture what they mean by beauty standard. But this is the worst thing. Everyone's trying to look the same. You're trying to reach unreachable and unclear goals in your head because you saw that on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And I'm not saying like, oh, get off the social medias and don't do this. It's not possible because you're actually gonna miss out. But if you're following the influencer that genuinely makes you feel worse, worthless, not enough, not good enough, unfollow them. Go find something else. First of all, just a little remark, this person might not do this intentionally, and you can't blame this person for your brain to compare yourself to them. No matter how hot you think that person is, try to limit some ways of letting your brain talk shit about yourself. It might, like this specific person, this specific influencer might work as a trigger for you. Again, this is not their fault for sure, but maybe just give yourself some time. Maybe try to limit yourself a little bit. One thing, one very essential, mega essential thing to remember, you don't know what's going on behind the camera. You don't know what's going on behind this Instagram post. You don't know what that person's going through. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. It's very hard to sort out, to filter out, but once you just like let this thought be and stay in your head, it might help you a little bit. Okay. So I think I'm done talking. I'm really hoping that you like this video, and again, this is something that works for me. It might not work 100% for you. I'm only talking about like severe moments when you try to compare yourself to other people. In my case, it doesn't happen like constantly, I guess. It's like a little wave, so it comes and goes back. If you have anything to add on, or if you want to just share your experience or your opinion about my opinion, just share it down below in the comment section. I really hope that you like this video, and I hope to see you in the next one next week. Bye bye.